Morgazi, which is this kid right here, for like years. And he's in the thumbnail for this video. And I was just like, friend, one of my favorite YouTube channels, crossover. Crazy. Who? Morgazi won like the first, he'll explain it right now.
I don't think gaming is anti-women.
You'll see.
Like, no guy is
But I've
saying,
known him
oh,
since he was like 15 or some shit.
I don't think it's anti-women, but I think there's just a lot more shit they have to deal with.
Zapping, fighting, and shooting their way. It's a way of our society saying it's
this
okay
is,
to
do
shoot.
all pro gamers think the same?
Is it
So,
turning their brains to mush?
I'll forgive them for not inviting me. I'm not a pro gamer. I'm a pro streamer.
Video
Thank
gaming.
you.
Players who play 10 or 12
Jubilee,
hours a
I
day
forgive
become
you
the
this
best in the
time.
world.
225,000, a life-changing amount of money.
My name is Austin Nitu. I'm 20 years old, and I play Fortnite professionally.
Morgazi!
I won the first really big Fortnite tournament. It set the speed for the rest of the scene.
That's him.
My name is Benita Novshadian.
I remember
I'm 27
her.
years old. My favorite part about gaming is literally just winning. I'm a very competitive person.
Benita just 4K'd us.
My name is Hugo. I am 33, and I play Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I wonder if they tried to invite XQC at all.
So I just
He
played as
watches
a
their
kid,
videos.
and I just had a ton of fun with it,
all
but
the
I always
time.
wanted to be better than other people at it.
I'm Ariana Gamboa. I'm 19 years old and I play Halo competitively. It is my passion, and girls can also game.
One misconception is how much work people actually put in. There's a lot that goes into it.
A lot of people, have negative stigmas, playing games, doing nothing with his life, and rather it can be quite a healthy outlet, and people really build futures out of gaming.
Wait, is Jubilee the one that's mixed with BuzzFeed or no?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you give me a second to think about this?
I would somewhat agree.
Okay.
Barely. These are pro gamers. These are not streamers.
I only like energy drinks with alcohol.
Does that affect your gameplay?
Well, I don't drink when I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, it's probably...
I definitely acknowledge the health risk that some energy drinks have.
Yes,
but
chat.
for me, I mean,
Listen.
sometimes I'm playing.
You can be a pro gamer while also being a streamer. But you cannot solely be a pro gamer because you're a streamer. Do you understand now? Do you get it? Are we okay? Good. I'm glad we're all clear
At
here.
the top of my game, and it helps out a lot.
I hella need it sometimes, and for the purpose of actually performing, I think it's great. I don't drink it at all on my off time.
Just because you're a streamer does not mean you will be a pro gamer.
And at a certain point, I was like, that's pretty sad. Like, I need to be training.
Some of
and
us are
trust
pretty
that, not
bad
the
at
energy drink.
games.
Yeah, you don't want to rely on it ever.
Gaming culture is misogynist.
Not gonna lie, I need a definition of that word.
What? You need a definition.
Yeah, what is misogynist?
Dude, he's 20. He's a Zoomer. He doesn't know the word.
Gotcha.
3, 2.
I would somewhat agree, because they're saying gaming culture, and the community does
Everyone has that experience
have
when they're in a gaming lobby.
members that are
and
misogynistic.
Probably us females probably experience this more. As soon as we speak, we get called fat, we get called all these ugly names, and that is still something I deal with today, as I did 10, 15 years ago. It is definitely a terrible thing to experience.
I have a girlfriend that streams though, so I feel like I've gotten more open-minded about it and understanding, and I can definitely understand the obstacles like females have to go through. It's pretty tough from people just saying dumb shit or saying you're bad, saying you shouldn't compete. Or
Men sometimes hear those things too, but they don't hear it because they're men.
Right.
They hear it because of whatever, like the internet wants to hate on some random shit.
It's like we have to prove ourselves.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm like, 15 years ago. I don't think there was even online voice comms 15 years ago for the most part.
That's the big difference.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm a competitor. Like, I don't care about what my gender is, how much I weigh. I don't care about
But
any
I
of
said
that.
for
Like,
the most part.
if
For
I'm
the
good
most
enough,
part, there
like,
was
then I'm
not
good enough.
multiplayer
I just don't really
online
believe in that.
comms.
I think it's more so them giving us a chance or seeing that we're
But I guess
actually
since she's Halo specifically,
no guy is
maybe
saying,
that's more what
you
she
cannot get on your
means.
computer because you're a woman. Like, no guy is saying like, oh, you can't play online today because you're a woman.
I kind of disagree with that, and like I do agree that the skill speaks for itself. while anyone can typically play any game they want and become good, the
Yeah, and she was 4
makes it
years
so that
old,
it's
true.
much harder to succeed as a woman than it is as a man.
Very
There's
true.
no doubt that the experience will be different.
Oh yeah,
for
the
different
experience
groups
is
of people.
different, but I don't think gaming is.
Wait, I want to
anti-
rehear her answer.
Agree with that. And
No guys don't really believe in what my gender is, how much I weigh. I don't care about any of that. Like, if I'm good enough, then I'm good enough. Like, I just don't really believe in the.
I think it's more so
True,
them
but that's
giving
not
us a
so
chance
much
or
the
seeing
question.
that we're
But
actually
I think
good
the
enough.
skill speaks for itself. No guy is saying, yeah, you cannot get on your computer because you're a woman. Like, no guy is saying, like, oh, you can't play online today because you're a woman.
I kind of disagree with that. And like, I do agree that the skills speak.
Yeah,
for itself.
she's not
While
wrong,
Anyone can.
but she's not
typically
focusing
play
on the
any game they want
question.
and become good. The environment makes it so that it's much harder to succeed as a woman than it is as a man. There's no doubt that the experience will be different.
Oh yeah,
for
the
different
experience
groups
is
of people.
different, but I don't think gaming is anti-women.
I don't think it's anti-women, but I think there's just a lot more.
I don't necessarily agree that it's harder for women to go pro in gaming than it is for men. I just don't. Do I think that, I mean, I guess for some people, if you're very sensitive, yeah, going pro is going to be harder because you are 100%. I mean, maybe in 5 years from now, it will be different. And I truly believe that and hope for that. But at the moment and the times leading up to now, which is what they're referring to, I don't necessarily within the past 6 years think that it's harder for women to go pro than it is for men. Because like Benita said, you either have the skill to get there or you do not. Now, if he would just focus on the journey being different, I feel like you're right. You are going to face more harassment that is based on your gender and based on your voice, and people just shitting on you for your skills simply because you're a girl. But everyone has to get over the shit talk. We all shit talk everyone. What I wish people would do is just focus the smack talk
they have to
on the game
So like
play
back
instead
then,
of the genders
arcades and
and
the
this
first like
and
home
that.
consoles, girls in video games just weren't a thing. It was like a boys only club. Anytime a girl was like interested in video games, guys would be like, oh, just go play makeup or go back to the kitchen or something.
Go make a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. And it was so dumb. And as years gone by, gaming culture has advanced, right? And it's become more accessible
In Counter-Strike
and diverse.
10 years ago, all I would hear is, go make me a sandwich. It was like the
still treat it like it's
default.
the 90s.
Like, you guys know when people say Fortnite and everyone goes poggers. It was like that. They said gaming encourages violence. I would have to strongly disagree on this one, Chief.
I don't know, because there's proof.
Wow, I just want to kind of not be the odd one out.
So the only reason I want to say a little bit here is because anyone remembers Columbine. Like, they were inspired by video games, but it's just all mental health at the end of the day.
I just think anyone who has those kinds of issues is going to find that inspiration from any kind of medium, including movies, including games, including books. I even think the dialogue where we act like that's causing it is kind of harmful for society in general.
I think it's
Okay.
definitely like using video games as like a scapegoat. In
Absolutely.
My opinion. Like, it's definitely more of a mental health issue.
Absolutely.
Video games and violence, fake news.
Thank
it's a
you.
myth. There's even music, rock and roll, drugs, sex, and rock and roll. And
They blame
Yep.
rap once, and then they blame rap, and then
Yep.
exactly, man. Like,
You're
I listen to
blaming
People are
EDM
just
or
always
something.
looking for something to blame.
Yeah.
I think on the opposite side of that spectrum, video games could even be pointed to the thing where it could be used as an outlet for the people that have those kind of urges and thoughts. And
it's like an escape, right?
exactly,
It's an escape for
exactly.
many
It's a
people.
whole other world. But I think on the underlying issue of
I
that, I
agree.
think it really comes with like the parenting. I mean, if you're having those kind of thoughts in general, I mean, there's so many of us that play video games that don't have those kind of thoughts. How would it? It's like you said, it's just a scapegoat. It's annoying.
I think I absolutely can't stand that they want to say all the time that it's the video game's fault, it's the video game's fault. But then they'll go and watch dinner with their family and put on something like Bates Motel and watch the mom get raped on her dining room table while they're sitting at their dining room table eating. kind of crazy. So did watching that with your whole family make your whole family rapists that want to, you know, do that to the mom? No. Because that's not, the thing is, the underlying common denominator is the person itself. Like they said, the outlet does not matter.
Gaming is just as demanding as physical sport. 3, 2, 1.
Schedule-wise, yes. The fuck kind of show? There's plenty of shows and movies and this and that. They all literally, like, you could literally watch them full on do the act, and it's disgusting. Like
traditional sports,
like House,
you have to
whatever.
push
There's a
your
lot.
body to such lengths to
And
be
it's
able
disgusting.
to do
But they
those
want to say
physical
it's
feats, to
game's
be the
fault,
best,
that
to be
violence.
Whatever. I just don't think that it's as hard.
I agree. I'm usually like sitting on my computer for almost 10 to 12 hours a day. Physically, I'm not doing anything near an NFL or NBA player is doing.
I don't play basketball, but I don't think that they're working on like frames per second kinds of levels of reaction and speed.
But then, you know, not all sports are as intensive as like football and like soccer and UFC.
We're probably all thinking basketball, football.
Yeah, because it's like, it's the mainstream stuff, you know? Because there's
I think
also
that's
like,
what the question was, no?
yeah, there's also
No, but there's also golf.
No.
There's also like
bowling, darts, you know? And I think gaming, esports is like as demanding as those, if not beyond that.
I think gaming, especially being a pro gamer and also being a pro gamer while being a pro streamer, they have to face a lot of the same sacrifices when it comes to personal and family and off time that professional sports players do. Like, just taking Felix's streaming schedule, for example, 12 to 14 hours every single day or whatever, and being dedicated to being there every single day and this and that. I mean, that's huge dedication and sacrifice and demand. So
Trash talk.
physical, no, but 3, 2, lifestyle, 1. Yes.
It's hella fun. It's competition, you know? You're trying to get everyone riled up.
I strongly agree with this
off
one.
their game.
He's waiting for this one, yeah.
you spit some words.
You know, once people start taking like life problems and weight and try to like find stuff up on you, that's where it gets petty and it's childish. But
See?
Trash talking is super fun. I do it a lot on stream, you know.
I love trash talking people. It's so fun. If you're doing it in good fun, then I think that trash talk is essential to any video game, honestly.
builds up hype, yeah.
Even if I die or if they die, my go-to is you're trash. So like, that's probably my go-to.
I think I call people dog shit idiots a lot.
I say dog shit way too much.
I always call people virgins, but I always say like you're a fucking virgin, but I only say it on the mic because then you can you can understand my tone and it's not that serious. But I would never like type something like that.
Actually, I have a whole
Why?
like diss track about me, like on YouTube. Yeah. And then my friend just wrote one back. So there's just like, and then everyone's hyped about it. Everyone just, yeah.
My family is skeptical of my career.
Strongly disagree.
2, 1, go.
Yikes.
I'll start because I guess I'm a little older. Back then, it wasn't ever a career. Now it's
True.
so different. Like if I were to tell my parents like, yeah, hey, I have a 401k from gaming. Like I have health insurance, I have everything, just like a regular job with like a bachelor's degree or whatnot.
So I'm a little bit younger, and my parents were always super supportive. I quit football and sports when I was in like 7th grade, and I just really started gaming. Even after high school, my dad gave me a whole year to try to do something with it. Started making some money, and it just took off from there. So my parents were very like good about it, and it makes me feel like proud.
I mean, my parents did a very similar thing, and after I graduated high school, I asked for a chance. I was like, hey, could I have just a year? I want to really see if I can make this work. You know, I want to pursue my dreams, and I won the tournament that, you know, we both popped off in.
Yeah.
And if this was 3 years ago, I'd say I'd be over there saying that they'd be skeptical. They don't know, but my dad's always been supportive of me, and I'm thankful for that.
During high school, there wasn't really money in it yet. And my parents were just like, nah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. You're kind of throwing your life away. So then I got a regular career. And then when my friends started making money in video games, I was like, what the fuck am I still doing here? They saw how much happier I was doing this versus that, and they knew I was capable of that. Now they're like watching on stream together, like they're showing up to
That's
some live events
cute.
here and there.
My mom is very, very supportive of what I do, but I was living with my grandparents for a while, and they actually kicked me out and were charging me rent because they didn't see live streaming or competing in video games as an actual job. So I moved back in with my mom, and I got to quit that job, and now I'm living my dream. So
I don't have much family. I just have my mom right now, and she's an immigrant and very old school, so you can imagine how she feels about it. She always said, you know, you're wasting your time. You know, I didn't work so hard to make a family here just so you can play video games. You should make something of yourself. But ultimately, in the end, you know, as long as I was happy with my life and I became successful in my own definition, then she was okay with it as well. But she still hates gaming.
Yeah. Where are your parents from?
My mother's from the Philippines, and my father's from India.
Okay. My parents are Hispanic. They definitely weren't about it initially, too. They'll understand it when they see the money.
Yeah.
It sucks though. Like you have to make money for people to realize it's actually a career.
Yeah, you show them the pay.
What are you gonna pay your bills with? Your Monopoly money?
Paycheck, they're like, oh yeah,
okay.
this is legit.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
I mean, usually the point of getting a career is to support your life, so yes. What did that say?
Show them
Sorry.
a paycheck, they're like, oh yeah,
okay.
this is legit.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
I make a good living from gaming. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, because he plays Smash,
so it depends
right?
on what you guys define as good living. I live in Silicon Valley in the Bay Area. The highest cost of living ever. This competitive gaming career I have, it's a side hustle. If I just did any one of those by itself, I would not make it.
I used to live in a
So live somewhere else, Lola.
trailer
Forehead,
with
just
my dad in
move.
Ohio, so I understand the struggle. You know, I used to sleep on the mattress, on a floor. You know, gaming, I started
Just move,
streaming. I
forehead.
started, you know, getting a lot of attention in tournaments. I was making a lot of money there. I mean, now I live in a really nice part of California, like rent-free with my girlfriend, and there's a lot of money to be made in gaming, whether it's streaming, YouTube, tournaments, sponsorships, the World Cup that was like 30 million, like there's just
Ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I'm not on strongly agree is because it's so unreliable and inconsistent, in my opinion, which is something you have to worry about.
Dude,
You
I
know
don't
if you're
actually want him to
place
move.
top
I don't
8.
care that much.
You know,
I was just
most of the time,
joking.
tournament payouts can take months.
I'd say I make a really good living. I think that Fortnite has given me a lot of opportunities. I mean, the viewership and the tournament prize winnings alone is ridiculous. I mean, I'm getting way too much money for just playing video games, to be honest.
I think it really depends
That's
on the
not
game you're
true.
playing.
Yeah, I play Smash. Nintendo does not
Not
give a
true.
shit about us. So like, I still make enough to like, I have a car, I have a roof over my head, I got 401k, I got, like, I'm fine, but I'm not making like fuck you money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not making like Fortnite money. And so for me personally, that's just the life of the game that I chose. If you're playing Fortnite, you pick the right one. You know?
I'm
True.
sponsored. I have benefits. I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I love what I do, and I not only win money from tournaments, but I'm also contracted. So.
I'd point out that, you know, maybe our definitions of good living are different. I mean, me and Aiden especially, I know that we come from, you know, not particularly the best, you know, living. I mean, I used to live in Louisiana back in, like, you know, middle of nowhere. When nobody would even know where I
H1Z1
am.
days.
My salary right now is way more than enough to make a good living off of it. But then again, it depends on the area you live in. If you're living over there, I mean.
Yeah, like if I lived in Kansas, I'd be filthy rich. Filthy rich, I'd be like making it rain.
Camel, thank you for the 5 subs. I strongly agree. I love my friends. One of my friends of 10
I'd say
years,
I've
my
made some of my
longest
best
everlasting friends
ever.
to
And,
date is
even
in the
if
chat
game
right
is
now.
done, we've already built
It's
a bond
Quantumous.
past that, where now we're just friends.
We're
and
not close
none of
anymore
all
because
these
we're adults and we live our
connections and
lives,
things that
but
have gone
still my
on
friend
wouldn't
for
exist
sure.
anymore unless I played this game.
You know, back in high school, I was like really nervous to talk to like ladies, and I never had a girlfriend in high school. And then after high school, I met my girlfriend that I currently live with. So I think one thing too is people online are way more open than in person. Like you feel a lot more comfortable.
Never in my life would I think through just gaming. You could meet people that you can call your brothers and sisters for life. Like I have those. Like I would die for these people. We live around the country. I was like, do you guys want to go to Canada? They're like, sure. And we just had the time of our life. And I just met them online through gaming or at a tournament.
I agree with you guys. I mean, gaming has led me to a bunch of events like TwitchCon, all these things, even this. where I meet people, and that's built those relationships. And I think that gaming, I mean, I've met everybody.
That's where we met for the first time at TwitchCon. He's talking about me, Chad. No, I'm just kidding. Also, that was really cute. I liked it. Couple of the answers at the beginning were kind of like question marks, but it got better as time went on. The topics changed a little bit. Also, there was a part about the physically demanding thing, or it didn't ask, it said, is it as demanding as physical sports? It did not say, is it physically demanding? So I did answer the question. Okay, don't come for me, chat. I read the questions, I answer them. All right? It said, is it as demanding? I said, schedule-wise, yes. Physically, no. Had it said physically demanding, my answer would be no. Because I don't necessarily think it's physical demanding. And by that, I just mean by, like, the physical exertion that you put on your body. But if you think about it, I mean, for example, they say, like, running long distance or doing this or that. You're doing harm to your joints. Football players are doing harm to, like, their brains and this and that. For streamers and gamers that play 10 to 12 hours in their chair all day, they do risk, you know, those side effects that come with being stationary for so long every single day. So if you think about it, it has its own risks for sure.